Heart of a lion, no Simba. Spin straight fire like Shinra. Ain't nobody ever outdid us. Up in the clouds, no Nimbus. Got the Cardigan, we the fire force. Assassination classroom, I'm a killer course. Late Oreo, grinder can't go poor. Ain't no going back like Elite Four. Running from my car sound, we can eat more. Buzz circle on the beat like a B Jordan. 4 Dragon Balls on me, I need 3 more. And I'm still spinning fire like a people. Yo, co-master the Cardigan, Falco Black. Got the other co-master Cardigan right here. Big homie Rob. Tell you guys before, Melvin Coldham, you know, he doing his thing. Queasy God, he doing his thing. Javi Gonza, missing. If you know where he is, please call the Carter Guild at whatever number we got to reach us. Now, today, we're going to talk about the Royal Rumble. We haven't been talking about a lot of wrestling, but now we're going to talk about it. You know, it's almost that time where WrestleMania is around the corner. And you know, it starts off with one of the greatest matches before that, which is Royal Rumble. That's where you have, 30 men, coming out in different intervals, such as a minute to, 45-second interval. 30 people compete until there's one person left, get your behind thrown over the top, and that person points at the WrestleMania sign because where they going, big homie Rod? They going to WrestleMania. So we got a couple people that said, that they're entering in. They're making sure they come in the show and all that stuff. But our prediction, before we do that, we'll talk about a little bit of the other side of fights that's going to happen before we talk about, the WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble match. First things first, Daniel Bryan versus The Fiend. What are your thoughts?
Who I got for that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, man. The Fiend just got the title, like 2 months ago?
Yeah.
So I don't see him losing that title anytime soon. The next time, the most realistic time he'll lose the title is WrestleMania
Definitely.
time. And we all know, we don't like saying it, but the Roman Reigns gonna beat him.
Yeah. Definitely. Now, you're 100% right. I agree. Because I was thinking like this. They built up Bray Wyatt, the Fiend character, so quick. And he got the belt very quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, usually they build somebody up and then 6 months later, if it's a go with that person, they'll be like, all right, then we'll give you opportunity. I believe 2 weeks to a month, maybe 2 months into his, we're really glad that you're our friends persona, he got the damn Universal Championship off of Seth Rollins. So it was like, I don't see him losing it that time quick, but the way that his character is, maybe at WrestleMania he loses it, but then again, maybe the one person that hasn't changed personas does change. Like you said, Roman Reigns. Now, it's relatively hard to change a personality like that. That's like another John Cena, another Jeff Hardy, another Rey Mysterio. They are what they are. It's hard to change them, switch it to heel, face. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. So with a couple other matches going on, we know what else we have going on. We have...
you got Bayley versus Lacey Evans for the SmackDown Women's Champion. You got Becky Lynch versus one half of the Women's Champion, Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
You have Chad Gable. I'm not calling that motherfucker Shorty G. You got Chad Gable versus Sheamus. You got, I believe it's the New Day versus John Morrison, The Miz. I'm thinking you got Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Braun Strowman versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Definitely. So we'll touch on a couple of those.
And you got the men's Royal Rumble, and you got the women's Royal Rumble.
Definitely. So we'll touch on a couple of those, and then we'll spend the rest of the time talking about the Royal Rumble. So when it comes down to the one match, you said, first of all, I love Shorty G, Chad Gable, whatever you want to call him. But Shane's about to kick my boy head off. I'm sorry. I got to keep it 100 there. You know what I'm saying? Braun Strowman, if he doesn't get his opportunity at Royal Rumble, he will win a championship. I don't know what championship it is, but at WrestleMania, he's winning the championship. If he doesn't win it at Royal Rumble, he's gonna win at WrestleMania. What do you think?
Okay, I can see Sheamus getting rolled up and getting pinned by Chad Gable because they usually do that when heels first come in. Oh shit! Connecting Charles video.
I still see you. You good.
Alright. So with Chad Gable, I can see Chad, he's like he's an underdog babyface. I can see him I can see Sheamus bulldozering over him, quick ass fashion match, just to push Sheamus. But I can see Chad Gable beating him, and they having a long ass feud.
Mm-hmm.
That's neither here nor there. Nobody cares about that feud. Braun Strowman, I think tomorrow night is finally gonna be his time where he get his singles champion, his title. Finally, we wish it was the WWE or the Universal. We've been, I think it's been 2 years since we've been waiting for it, 2 to 3 years. So I feel like he's finally gonna get his due, and he's gonna hold the Intercontinental title for a long time because I don't know who in the mid card will beat Braun Strowman.
Factual. Yeah. Now, what's going on? I know we got a couple of the other ones that talk about, but for the time slot, since we are ending, I would say we're going to jump to the Royal Rumble just so we get a little bit of it in. So, we know that dummy that never defends his title wants to be the number one entrant. Do you think Brock Lesnar's walking out winning the Royal Rumble?
No, I think it is a plot device to where Brock Lesnar is number one, and whoever eliminates him is facing him at WrestleMania.
Definitely. And any ideas of any wrestlers that you think may eliminate him? Would you see maybe Drew McIntyre, something like that?
If Drew McIntyre doesn't win, he eliminates Brock Lesnar.
Definitely.
Because on the SmackDown side, I have Roman Reigns right now.
Mm-hmm.
On Raw, I have Drew McIntyre, Drew McIntyre is my number one bet for Raw. Roman Reigns is for SmackDown. And my dark horse is Keith Lee.
Definitely good. Now, you know what I'm going to say. In a perfect world, it happens this way, but it's probably not going to happen this way. If the tag team titles will be defended on SmackDown, Miz and Morrison are most likely going to beat Kofi and Biggie. But you see where I'm going with this. You see where I'm going with this. After many times of doing these magic tricks from WrestleMania, from Royal Rumbles to Royal Rumbles to Royal Rumbles, it's about time that these magic tricks that Kofi be doing finally pays off. If he don't win, he needs some type of revenge. Nobody gets bodied F5 like that and then never heard of again. They mid-carded my boy. He mid-card right now. You know what I'm saying? It's probably not going to happen that way, but I would like to see at least Kofi be with the Final Four and stuff. Everybody looking around, pointing at the WrestleMania sign and whatnot, for everybody popping each other and whatnot. Now, who do I think is going to win the Royal Rumble? It's kind of tough to say. It could be anybody. You know what I'm saying? One thing I do want to say is surprise entrances. Who do you think we're going to see?
To be honest, I thought there were supposed to be 10 Raw, 10 SmackDown, and 10 NXT. There's really no injured people that haven't came back. That's not gone. I'm gonna be honest. I think this is the year we really don't have any surprises.
Definitely.
Maybe you'll have maybe a Mark Henry, maybe a Booker T, but who, God, maybe CM Punk, maybe we hear, this
day I see clearly. First of all, if that come out, you get a whole call tomorrow. I'm like, you Rodney. I'll be wilding, bro.
But to be honest, the Raw, SmackDown, NXT rosters are so stacked to where I really don't care to see part-timers running in.
Mm-hmm. No, I completely understand. Definitely. So you think, last question before we go, Royal Rumble, we looking for a positive show tomorrow, or you think it's going to be a little bit of plot holes with ratings?
I feel like, to be honest, I feel like Cain Velasquez is going to win the Royal Rumble. I'm not going to watch wrestling until WrestleMania.
Facts.
To be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like WWE has so much, they have so much talent, and they have ready-made storylines and ready-made matches that never happen that people are clamoring to see from active roster guys that have been busting their ass year in and year out, and they get the cheap. They want to get the publicity, so they're gonna put Cain Velasquez as the winner.
Big facts. Women's Royal Rumble, who wins?
to be honest, that's Shayna Baszler from NXT.
That's a good pick.
I feel
like that.
She's held the title for like a whole she basically been the top of the women's division for a year and a half. I think she's done everything she can at NXT, so it's not a move up, but I feel like she wins the Royal Rumble and picks between Raw or SmackDown, hoping that she beats Becky Lynch because Becky Lynch is her character and everything is getting stale. I like Shayna Baszler to come in and squash Becky Lynch, squash Charlotte, just squash the whole women's division. And, the only person that is a threat to her is Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. No, after
reputation. Yeah, I ain't hear that song in a minute. But what's going overall, I feel that Royal Rumble will probably be a solid, solid day, whatnot. I always look forward to this. Hopefully they do Elimination Chamber before WrestleMania and whatnot. And, of course, WrestleMania. But that's another story for another day. But we have our historic matches and all that stuff. Probably not. We'll probably have our generals, the ones that are always at the top. Mid-cards with the mid-cards and all that stuff. But at least we see history last year, so feel me?
Look, man. Look, WrestleMania, the next 10 WrestleManias will not amount to the excitement we had last April with Kofi Mania, because that was just, we haven't had that excitement since Daniel Bryan beating Randy Orton and Batista. And I think that was when we were in high school. When we were in high school, Daniel Bryan won at WrestleMania 30. And what was that, WrestleMania 35?
Last year, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So probably the next 5 years, we're not going to get a great moment. I see Roman Reigns being at the top until he goes into acting.
Mm-hmm. Facts. It's
That's
coming.
it.
It's coming. Well, other than that,
it's coming.
Facts. Other than that, guys, appreciate you tuning in as always. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, as well as Instagram, whatnot. Big homie Rod, he letting y'all know right there. And we're going to continue to keep doing this, day in and day out. And we're going to continue to keep going above, and no matter what, go beyond. Plus ultra. Heart of a lion, no Simba. Spin straight fire like Shinra. Ain't nobody ever outdid us. Up in the clouds, no Nimbus. Got the Cardigan, we the fire force. Assassination classroom, I'm a killer course. Late Oreo, grinding, can't go poor. Ain't no going back like Elite Four. Grinding for my cost sound, we can eat more. Berserk on the beat like a beach horn. 4 Dragon Balls, let me, I need 3 more. And I'm still spinning fire like a Pete Moore.